channel. My name's Amanda, and today we're gonna make some banana bars. They're gluten-free, egg-free, dairy-free. I just really love that there's no flour in this recipe. It's only literally 4 ingredients. So let's go ahead and get started because I can't wait to try them. So this is a new recipe for me to try. I'm really low on gluten-free flour. I have a lot of gluten-free oatmeal. I had some bananas I needed to use up, so this was a perfect fit. Plus, my kids have really been loving oatmeal in the morning before school. The recipe calls for 6 medium bananas, so I have 4 bananas here. They're fairly large. And then I also pulled out of my freezer some bananas that, my youngest sometimes, he wants a banana, but he won't eat the whole thing. So I don't want to waste him, so I always freeze what he does not want to eat. So I figured if I need extra, I have that. I'm using Peter Pan creamy peanut butter, and this one is gluten-free. There are some other varieties of gluten-free peanut butter you can use, but we love that one a lot. And I am using some chocolate chips. And I'm also using my favorite gluten-free oatmeal, and this is by All Ingredients from Farmers We Know. I really love this one a lot. I'm so happy with the price. I want to say it was like $10 and I can't remember the change, $10.49 maybe, and I get this one from Costco. I love how much you get in it. This is a 5-pound bag. It's really nice, and I love that they say that it is certified gluten-free on it. So those are all the ingredients that we're going to use, so we can go ahead and get started. So the recipe calls for 6 medium bananas for about 2 cups mashed up. My bananas are fairly large, so before I open up the ones that are frozen, I want to see how much this actually gets me. And these 4 medium-sized bananas actually got me 2 cups of mashed up bananas, which worked out great. And so I put back the 2 Ziploc bags that I had the extra bananas in and put those back in my freezer. I love to get extra bananas when I go to the grocery store because either my kids go through bananas so fast, or I then take them and then I make banana breads or banana muffins and things like that. It just works out really perfect. My kids love when I make banana oatmeal breakfast cookies, and they're so delicious and easy to make. Now we're just going to mash up the bananas to see if we get the 2 cups that we need, which we did. And I put back the other bananas that I had pulled out from the freezer back into the freezer, and it worked out perfect. So if you have 4 large bananas, that works out great, or 6 medium-sized bananas. But just make sure that you have 2 cups worth of mashed up bananas. Now pour your bananas into a large bowl. I do have a little bit over 2 cups, but that'll be perfectly fine. Now we need 1 cup of peanut butter. Again, this one's Peter Pan, it's creamy and it's gluten-free. And I like to take my 1 cup measuring cup, set it aside so I can use that as a reference and eye it out. And what I'm going to do is just scoop out 1 cup and put it into the big bowl. That way it makes it a lot easier instead of really measuring it out precisely. I mean, you can put it in the measuring cup and precisely measure it, but this works out perfect. I don't have to sit there and really scrape it out again out of something. And then that's one less thing I really have to worry about cleaning up. So this works out perfect. I always just eye out my peanut butter. Now just scrape down your peanut butter, and then we're going to go ahead and mix the peanut butter and the banana together. And we're just going to mix it with the spatula. I have a few banana chunks, and it's perfectly fine. It actually added some nice fluffiness to it when I did take a bite and I got to try it out. It was really good. I feel like I've done a lot of recipes lately with oatmeal, but my kids really do love eating oatmeal for breakfast, and I'm really happy with that because I feel that really fills them up for the day at school. Just make sure you mix the banana and the peanut butter nicely together so it's really well combined. Now we're going to add 4 cups of gluten-free oatmeal. Now if you're not gluten-free, you can just use regular oatmeal, but I am gluten-free, so I would like to have these as well, and my kids will still be happy even though it is gluten-free. They won't know the difference. Now go ahead and mix these all together until it's all nicely incorporated. Definitely going step by step helped really a lot because trying to make sure that you mix the banana and the peanut butter well enough, and then mixing in the oatmeal, and especially doing this by hand, and I wasn't using my electric hand mixer. I wanted to make sure that it was mixed nicely. The recipe only called for a 4th cup of chocolate chips. So I started off with a 4th cup first, and then I mixed it in to see if I liked it. And I felt that we needed just a little bit more. So I ended up adding another 4th cup of chocolate chips, and I mixed it again, and I felt like that was perfect. I am using a 9x9 baking casserole dish, and we're going to go ahead and spray it nicely with some nonstick spray. These are really tasty, but the next time I go to make these, I'm actually going to go ahead and use a 9x13 casserole baking dish. I think that would be a lot better than this one because it was really thick. And the recipe that I used, they had suggested using an 8x8, and I had a 9x9, so that's what I used. Now, don't get me wrong, it's really tasty and it's great, but I feel like by using the 9x13 baking dish, the portions would be just right because it was really thick in the 9x9. So now just go ahead and scoop the batter into the baking dish. I can't wait to have this in the morning with a bowl of milk, zap it in the microwave, heat it up. I'm so excited to try that. I have really been enjoying baked oatmeals with my children. On Saturday, I actually made a gluten-free cinnamon apple fig jam baked oatmeal, and it was so tasty. It was so fall-like. I will have to do a video on how I made that because it was really tasty. And I actually froze some of it because that way then I can have it for other mornings. I'm really enjoying prepping stuff to get things for my mornings for before school. It just makes it so much more convenient with the 3 kids. Plus, they've been really enjoying everything that I've been making for breakfast for in the morning for school. I also actually made pumpkin chocolate chip banana bread on Saturday as well, and that was such a hit with them. My 2 boys had that for breakfast this morning, and my daughter, I pulled out a frozen piece of pumpkin pie baked oatmeal. So it's been so nice having stuff prepped and ready for breakfast before school. Now go ahead and smooth it all out. And I'm actually going to have all the recipes that I just talked about in the description box down below. And I will also have the link to this recipe as well down in the description box. So if you want to check that out. Now that the top is nicely smoothed, we're going to go ahead and add a 1/4 cup of chocolate chips. And I'm going to kind of space them out so that way each piece of this will get some chocolate on the top. Now we're going to put it in the preheated oven of 350 degrees. And in the recipe, it says to bake for 12 to 15 minutes. Mine actually was in for a total of 19 minutes until the top was a nice golden color on the outside. And also the center of it felt firm. The gluten-free banana bars are now done. They baked for a good 19 minutes in the oven. I'm going to take them out, and I'm definitely going to let them cool down before I go ahead and cut into it. But it looks really great. It smells amazing, and it does taste delicious. It is really nice. I do really like it. You could even bake them in muffin cups so that way you could portion it out. So if you want them thick, I would bake it in a muffin cup or in the 9x9, or if you want them thin, to bake it in the 9x13. Okay, they are nice and cool, so now we can go ahead and try them out. Since this is a new recipe, I know my kids are going to want to have this after school for snack, and we'll probably have it for breakfast in the morning tomorrow. So the rest I will then freeze to have for other mornings before school. That way stuff is prepped and ready, and it just makes my mornings really easy. But they are super soft and delicious, so you can either make them thick or thin, but it depends on how you want them to be, but they are delicious. It's really soft. I love all the melted chocolate on it. Who wouldn't? Super delicious. I love that there's no egg, there's no dairy, and there's no flour. It's really simple and easy. Does not take a lot of ingredients. It's really, really tasty. This will be great for breakfast for the kids. And I think it'll be really good even with some milk. It'll be really delicious. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.